My name is Anthony Wright. I've been making movies since I was about in the fourth grade when I started making Star Wars films, and that's what inspired me to make the movies, and it just kind of grew, which I found pretty cool.
I was about 9 or 10 when I first started making films. My parents got me this little camera. It was a mini DV, and me and my friends, we'd go out and we'd shoot these little, amateur comedy sketches. And it was during that time where I just recently discovered YouTube, and I was getting into movies and things like that, and it just kind of took off from there. I just kept getting more and more involved with filmmaking. I started learning a lot more. I started improving and picking up on lighting techniques. And I have an uncle, he lives out in New York. He works in the movie industry, and he showed me a few things about the filmmaking process, and he helped me out a lot. But previous to this, I had always been interested in stories just in general. At one point I wanted to be an author. I used to write out stories. I used to draw comics. I would draw out different characters and make up stories and things like that. And I took art lessons. So I've always been passionate about stories, about storytelling and characters. But I probably didn't start actually making films until I was about 9 or 10.
Most favorite inspirations in the movie business has to be Tom Hanks, I'd say, because he's been making movies for as long as I know, and he's got all kinds of movies from animation to comedy to actiony to drama, and it's just good to look up to someone who's in all that kind of stuff, because it's a wide genre and a huge variety.
There's so many different people who inspire me, but I have to say one of my biggest inspirations is director Steven Spielberg, because just hearing his story of him growing up in Arizona as a teenager making films is just so inspiring to me, and how he made a feature film at a very young age, and how he worked his way into Hollywood, and he created some of the most incredible movies of all time, in my opinion. Some of my most favorite movies have been directed by Steven Spielberg, and he's just, when you listen to him talk too, when you listen to him speak, he has such a captivating way to how he speaks. He has a way with words. So he's definitely one of my biggest inspirations, but obviously my parents are very inspiring. A lot of my family members are very inspiring because they're very supportive of my filmmaking.
Most troubling things I've had to go through as a teen filmmaker would be trying to gather up everyone to one location, because one person's doing one thing one day, another person's doing another thing one day, and sometimes it's just hard to get everyone together to make your shot happen. But we adapt and we seem to get through it, and the shots, they always end up looking pretty awesome.
Some troubles as a teen filmmaker, I think, is just trying to get your stuff out there. It's just like trying to get it seen, because there are so many other filmmakers out there. There's so much other work. There's so many other short films online that sometimes it's very hard to just get it seen, to just get it out there, to get views and likes and comments and feedback from people.
The things I would like to go into, I would like to go into film and TV broadcasting, because I've basically throughout the year I've been getting into broadcasting and announcing and all that kind of stuff. It's been cool, but also I want to go into the film because it's been what I've been doing for a while, and it'd be cool to take that to another level and to work on bigger. It'd be nicer to work on larger scale stuff.
I definitely want to pursue film as a career. I know it's a tough industry and I know it's a stretch, but there is literally nothing else I could see myself doing besides film.
Get it?
I want to get closer.
what's going on is I'm trying to explain like the new secret film that I'm gonna try and make for the film festival, but then I'm just gonna get cut off. Now make people like want to stay tuned for the next one.
Ready, set, and action. Excellent.
Come up with ideas is maybe riding bikes or something like that. Just sitting out in the summer day or just looking at for ideas. I find my military ideas off movies, the internet, other people's movies, just basic stuff like that. I know Anthony finds his while he's on the toilet. It's just basic stuff like that. I find a lot of mine just like, yeah, by war movies. I know Ryan has a lot of creative ideas. I don't understand how he gets his, to be honest. But yeah, that's a good take on how we get together our movies.